Hello everybody. It is Tuesday, which means it's Midweek Magic, and this is something that Online Arena does every week. And I did a poll and asked if people would like to see some of these events, see some content made of them, because you never really see much on YouTube about them. And a couple of you voted, and it was 100% yes, we want to see more, so we're doing it. And what I'm going to do is, we've got 43 hours left in the event, give or take some change. And so I'm going to record this, post it up. You can copy the deck list if you want and still have enough time to take it out for a spin. So this will be on YouTube shortly. But the format for this event is standard Cascade. So the first time you cast a spell each turn, it gives you another less expensive card from your library. So it will exile the top card of your library until it finds a cheaper spell. And that spell actually gets impacted, it gets to take effect first. So not the spell that you first cast, the spell it finds from your deck comes out and takes effect first. And what I did was I took a deck I've already done a video on. I think it's been a couple months because I took a little side trip during the 12 Days of Bloomburrow series. But so you can just search up like second card on the YouTube page and you'll find it. But I'm going to post the deck list again below in the YouTube text. And this deck, if you didn't see it before, if you don't recall, this deck is based on casting your second spell or drawing a second card each turn. And if you draw a card, something good happens to some creatures, or if you cast your second spell, there's a good effect. Those type of synergies. So, we're going to go right into it. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Travis. You're at Tpull's Corner. And I'm probably supposed to mulligan because they didn't give me any blue, but we're gonna try it out. Aha! I need the blue. We'll take the blue. I'm not gonna put out Prophytic Memory. I really want to have a creature out first for that, so we're saving that for later. And here you can see all the revealed cards it goes through. So it looks like it's a rat deck. And I have to discard a card. It may kill me, it may hurt me, but we're going to try and discard a land. And Kiro Rising Tide is a good card to bring out. And we get to cast Malkator's Watcher. I'll take it. Now you notice once you cast the spell, Cascade's not there anymore. Hello. What just happened? They got two creatures out. I got two creatures out. Really? Alright. You see how impressive the deck is. It's either that or, you know, they saw my name. They finally figured out who they were up against, and they were just so intimidated they had to run away in fear. Or they just finished eating dinner and they had to go to the bathroom all of a sudden, unexpectedly. Pick your favorite answer. This is a pre-existing deck. I did not configure anything specific for the event. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't have anything handy. A lot of times because I have so many decks and it goes, Midweek Magic goes into so many different formats. Quite often I have something I can just use right away. And you see when you cast the spell, the blue, it gives you the event, or it gives you the power, and it spells everything out for you there. But both of us have the emblem, and you can press these little arrows and shove them off the way if those are distracting you for any reason. And the name of the game is going to be very small type cards. And you can look up here, you can see as it cycles through and exiles the top of each card until it finds something for you to cast. You can see what's in their deck. All very, very cheap stuff. They want to just go really fast and get you. And I think we just hold our ammo. Just hold it for a minute. Oh, now they're playing like a blue player. Come on. You only got 4 cards. I wonder if they can empty their hand because their casting costs are so cheap. Are they not going to do anything? They could have held back. Let's try something. I feel like they've got a protection spell. I kind of want to get rid of that first. We're going to decline that. That's an enchantment. That's my 1 cost. They don't do anything. Interesting. Hello? Thank you. Can I have a turn now, please? Whew. Took a while. Alright. We cast our spell. Our first spell automatically has Cascade thanks to the emblem. We get to cast 2 creatures. Jaded Analyst will come down first. The opponent has something in their hand that's holding up priority. It's not this. They need 1 more mana before they could power that up and up one of those cards. Everything has Summoning Sickness. We can't attack. We're just waiting on them. Okay, now they can turn this into a werewolf. I strongly suspect this Foundations card is this way because they didn't want to do double-faced cards because that requires an extra printing sheet, which increases the cost. So they kind of went everything on 1 card. But if this were in the Innistrad expansion, this would be a double-faced card completely. Alright, they managed to get 2 creatures out. They still got 1 mana. Do they bother trying to attack? They do not. Alright. Well, this could be fun. Let's try this. Give Lila Cascade and Prowess. We'll put the combat research on her. Boom. Started off as a 3/3. 2 spells, make her a 5/5. The enchantment itself adds +1/+1. She's now a +3. And I feel like we can do another spell. Yes. And boom. He has Vigilance. We're attacking for 11. On turn 4. Thank you, Cascade. And we get to draw a card. Sweet. It was hard to tell. Did this guy go on his belly for a second? While they do the light show, I'm going to feed my geese. There's no way to remove this emblem. Okay, they get a cheap elf. They can swing in and attack if they want to. Okay. That's a lot of damage. I don't have any more 1-drops. But we are going to play a second one of this, because we can. Keep the original. And increase there. And attack for 5. While they chump block, my Thopter Mechanic's going to stop this, because they can actually, if they get 1 more mana source, they could double a creature's power again. But it doesn't increase their toughness. Ah. Cheap spells again, only 2 cost. They get another elf out. And they can still double the power on something. I got too much land. I didn't get enough spells. Alright. I have to sit here. I can't attack. This card alone has me on defense. That's fine. This will just be a trade, right? What is left? Do you want to make the trade? It's very strange with Cascade to still feel like you're getting flooded out. But they put down the same number of lands. Oh, shoot. So do they still want to force the trade? Get rid of those. Do 1 point of damage. Get me down to 2. Because this guy's only going to get more powerful. Okay, they want to make the trade. Except, I can block there now. And I keep my stronger card. That still has the war. And it's another land. Ah. Alright. Cascade doesn't do much good if I have to be on defensive, but here is... Let's get rid of that one. Now we're talking. Discard 2 cards. That'll work. Pump her up. We can still swing in. This is a bit of a risk. But they could just have a shock and kill me anyway, so what the heck. Risk it for the biscuit. This is definitely more challenging than the first match, right? At least they hung around. They hung around to make it a competition. Now, if they're not satisfied this is powerful enough, they're left with... No, actually, I was going to say they'll chump block with 1, but I've got lethal with the second creature. So they really need this to be a spell that does something. And when I attack, I get to create an 8/8 blue octopus creature token because we already have creatures in the graveyard. So if you don't want to use this particular deck for the Cascade event, one of the neat things to do is to use a threshold deck and build in a bunch of creatures or spells that benefit from things being in the graveyard. And, you know, the way that we do this, the way that you're going through spells, cheap 1, 2, 3 mana spells, you fill up your graveyard real fast. So, you know, if I was going to build a deck from the ground up for this event, I would be interested in looking to make a threshold deck. There's a little tip from your Uncle Larry. And I'm assuming this is a card that does not help them because they decided just to... they're either roping us because they lost or they have a shock and they're like a real jerk. So if they lost and they're roping, that's a bit less of a jerk move than just holding a shock forever. I'm trying not to... I have all these new emotes and stuff. Let's just use one I don't normally use. What happened there? Alright, well, let's gain a life. We'll cast this spell. I don't have any 1-drop, so it's going to filter through the entire deck. And if that happens on your opponent, you can just look through the entire deck and see everything they have. So we'll get rid of our blocker and trigger, trigger, trigger. What are they holding up? Did they leave? I think... Are you there? Are you looking? We get some prowess stuff. We get to draw a card. We get to investigate. Okay. Okay, yet again, Wizards of the Coast. I want a YouTube format so that people know that they're going to be recorded. And they have one less roping trigger. Or roping ability. That was just a poor sport. They actually didn't leave at first. They roped. Or maybe they roped and just ran out of time the first time. I don't know. Let's hope the next player is more polite. You always hope that you're playing one of the cooler games on the planet in terms of game mechanics. It's a very fun game. You're always hoping that the people that are fans of it are cool people, just like you. But there's just so many people online that have zero sense of etiquette. Alright, we're off to the races against Flavory. A Venerated Rot Priest. We can see everything in their deck right now. It's a poison deck. 1 drop, 1 drop, 3 drop. All Venerated Rot Priests. There's a Finn the Fangbearer. Poison, poison, and more poison. Okay. I'm going to decline that because that would resolve first. We're not going to attack. We need to block all the poison. And if they get all 4 of these down, I'm going to have 4 poison counters just from targeting them. And this is going to get ugly real fast. Oh, I forgot those are legendary. I got the investigate token out of it anyway. They already got stuff. I think I'm toast. If they get a hold of more spells like that... Okay, you're tapped out, so what are you going to do? I'm the one with blue. Why are these people taking so long? Alright. We need characters to block. Eidetic Memory is good. That pumps up the Erudite Wizard. And we can pump this one up too. We're not really in a place where we can attack them, but we can get a couple of blockers out. Again, this type of card is the thing that'll still hurt us. Yeah, that'll hurt us too. Ouch. Oh, it revealed this town ain't big enough too. Hopefully it shuffled all that. They got 3 of them out. Wow. Look at that. 6 creatures out with only 3 lands. And I really can't I really can't target anybody. So doing a galvanize against anything would just kill me. And so I'm dead because they can just bum rush me for the 2 final poison counters. I've only got 4 creatures. Now I've got to sit through this because there's an achievement to give 10 poison counters. And it's possible that they don't have the achievement yet. Although, the way they handled this deck, I think they've probably done this before. But, on the off chance they don't have credit for the 10 poison counters yet, we stay in for these. We always want to make sure everybody gets their achievements. They should just attack. Are they just playing with their food? See, my deck is kind of built on not going wide, but powering up the few creatures I have, so it's not a good matchup for me. We do get another creature, though. Still can't do anything with the Galvanize or I'm dead. Can draw another card. Next, go to combat. We could do this. We can attack. We're going to let that through. All we need is one more instant spell that targets one of their creatures. Again, they have lethal poison. They already have 7 creatures. What are they doing? Why are they not attacking? That's not going to help me at all. Burn our next investigate. And it's just land. Alright. We drew our card, so we get another blocker. We'll bring down a flyer. We get to Cascade. And Lila comes down. That's cool. We get another investigate. We tapped out. We used everything we can. This has haste, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we got enough blockers now, so we can afford to just fly over their head and attack with that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're dead. They could have killed us twice by now, but this will kill us. That's real skill, just ignoring the fact you could have won and just waiting for the top deck for how you expected to win. Alright, poison wins. If I'd have gotten one of my removal spells early on, that wouldn't have been nearly so hazardous. I was supposed to mulligan this because they only gave me red. See how fast these people are. It's not bad enough that Arena lets me lose to poison. But now they're going to just make sure all my cards in my hand are uncastable for the next round. Aha! Blue! Okay. Because for these spree cards, even though they spent 3, the initial casting cost is 1, so it's looking for a 0 cost card. So we get to look through here. It looks like it's a counterspell deck. Is that only counterspells? Oh, there's a couple sorceries. Okay, a couple creatures. It looks like it's almost entirely counterspells. I think we can beat that. We're gonna... What did it find? I think it found an X-cost spell or something. We'll just resolve that. What was the card that it found? Something in here that it couldn't cast. I'm not sure which one. Okay, so they've got the counter spells ready. And they got the 1-drop ops. They didn't need to give me a card because they were countering a creature spell. And that is fine. Let's go ahead and draw a card now. Okay. I was hoping we'd get another blue. We do need a little bit more blue here so I can double cast. Alright. Let's hold our ammo until we get some more blue. Target player draws 2 cards. Okay. When I said I think we can beat this, this is based on my belief that I could get another blue and cast 2 spells per turn. But they've already done so well on drawing land and digging through their deck, they might have 2 counterspells easily enough. Aha! Alright, let's try this one. Are they going to do a draw to discard again? They take it. We got to draw a card off of it. We're winning. Digging, digging. Okay. I like this. Decline. Do you have a counterspell? They're blue. You got to give them time. The 1-drop for their first spell this turn is going to get them nothing from the rest of the deck. I don't think they have a black instant, right? They do not. We draw another card. Oh, you know what? Let's just bring this out too. Yeah, 2 blues was all I needed. They've got a lot of ammo. But they dug through 20 cards already. I'm not too far off. I've only got 43 left. Enter the Enigma is not actually doing much. It's like a card just to let them circulate through their deck deeper. I don't know that I'd keep one of those and just have, you know, something more useful. Yes, we use this now. Put it on Lila. They decide if they're going to counter the first one, the 1-drop first. Okay, what are they countering? They're going to counter all of it? Okay, so they counter the combat research. And they counter Proft. And they return everything? Non-creature, non-land permanents. So... I don't have to put up with that. Ta-da! How you like 8 damage? That was a good turn. By all means, draw more useless cards. Make me draw the card, please. I can stand to lose 1 life. No, they're going to take another life off of themselves. Because that makes sense. They've been digging through their deck the entire time. What more digging is going to help you? We looked through your deck. We know you have a counterspell. Okay, there. You have 2 creatures to counter. And I've got 2 flyers. One counterspell. That didn't work out for them. Do they want to search their library for a card? Okay. I can just auto pay. You can surveil. That didn't even work. Look, that's a Jace art card too. That really backfired on you. Oh, man. I think I only have one copy of Archmage of Runes. I have multiple copies of Prophecydetic Memory, so... Okay, time for the second creature spell. This is taking a long time. Oh, they don't even... Let's just draw another card. And we will attack. And we can afford both of these. They should have a spell that throws all the attackers back up into their hand or something. Into my hand. That won't help against Kira because we'll still have an 8/8 octopus with summoning sickness. Yes, Silent Hall Creeper, please. Trigger, trigger. And this is the secret behind this particular deck success. Second spell. With Cascade, unless you're doing a 2-drop to find a 1-drop that's no longer left in the deck, every turn you're going to have a second spell. And for Malcolm, every time you do a second spell, you're going to investigate, which means you're constantly getting card draw. That was 2 creature spells, so this does not work. There's nothing for you to counter there. Hello? They're blue. You gotta give them a moment. They'll put it in the bottom of their library. But I don't think they thought this through all the way. I can auto-pay. They can Surveil 2 again. Half their deck is gone. Half of what's left is lands anyway. You got another counterspell? They got 7 energy open. They could cast anything in their hand. Alright, we're going all in. Give me the 8/8. There we go. They do have Aether Eyes. We're still taking action, so we got the 8/8. How many of those do you think they have in their hand? You think they've been holding on to them the entire game? Obstinate Filter. Oh, there we go. There's non-creature, non-lands. They could cast that, I guess. They're still drawing through their deck. They only have used the 1 Aetherize, though, right? So if they have 3 more, they could stretch the game out. But you cannot win. They have another creature! Oh, that's so sweet. Decline. I don't need more cards, I don't think. Because we can do stuff like this. It's a flyer with haste, so it's threatening lethal. If they have a counterspell, they have to counterspell this one. But that leaves me with 5 other threats in my hand. They didn't want to play any of these. They have so many counter creature spells that they're redundant, so it's hurting them. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's try Chrome, Violent Cacophony. And then another Kiora. And you can't pay for an Aetherize. I don't think we need another one of those. We'll get rid of Malkator's Watcher. That's all she wrote. They do. Oh, it's only 4. I thought it was 5. Okay. Cure is kind of the antidote to this. No matter what they do, I get an 8/8. So that's 2. We get to look forward to this 2 more times. Okay, they finally gave up the ghost. I guess they didn't have a 3rd copy in their hand after all that digging. You do have to be patient sometimes. We get a card, yay. I think we deserve a card off of that. Alright, I'm going to do one more. I can't make the video too long. I need time to process it and upload it to YouTube and all that stuff so it gets out to y'all in a timely manner. I want to make sure that if you didn't know that today was Midweek Magic, that you see this and know and make some time to get to Arena and play it if you'd like to. It is kind of a fun event. I've tried different decks. Some of the larger spell decks don't quite click in time because everybody, really, all your opponents are trying to knock you out fast. Everybody's using these 1, 2, 3 drop things. I tried to use a heavy mana deck and it might have worked if the cards came in the right order, and the cards never came in the right order for me. I don't like to put Prophetic Memory out just to have something to do, so we hold on to it. Maybe we just do a Temporal Firestorm, if we can afford to wait. Except we're up against a discard deck. If they have 4 lands, it's going to look ugly. Alright, let's do this. Nope. It found the combat research up top. That was what I didn't want. I wanted a 2-drop. But if we put out some threats and they have to use removal instead of making us discard, that's actually preferable to me. If they decide to go ahead and make us discard, I might have to resort to using my lands. So do something, do anything else other than discard. Even if they have something that lets them kill this now that it's 2/2. Did they just want the flyer off of that and that's good for them? Okay, here we go. If you attack, exile the top 2 cards. They get to Cascade anyway. Gives them the Burst Lightning. They should use that to take out my wizard. Come on. Come on, you can do it. What? Oh, I don't think they chose the right thing. They'll get another chance. They could do it right. They probably tried the kicker to see if they could get the kicker for free, but no, if you want the kicker, you have to pay the extra 4 cost. But they didn't even use it. Okay, now they get to exile cards that they can't use. So they just lost 2 creatures. Lovely. Okay, I should not have played the tap land. We'll just get rid of this now. We will attach the combat research. Draw a card. Get a counter. Attack for 3. See if they feel like chump blocking with anybody. They do. And now we can afford to just discard a land whenever we want to. And I'm no longer as eager to cast Temporal Firestorm until I have 6 mana, well 7, and I'm able to phase out my wizard. Unless they remove them. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So I actually need one more land out of all this. Which is weird because I got 6 spells and 7 lands already. I'm already kind of flooding out as it is, and I find myself... Again, they could just make me discard. There we go. Here, you can have a land. Is that what they need? Do they need land? Congratulations, you can cast land whenever you want. Okay, it's time for Eidetic Memory. Draw a card. All we're going to do is attack. Got him under 20. And thanks to combat research, if we don't manage to draw a second card, since we have combat research on the Erudite Wizard, if we attack and do the damage, we'll draw our second card then, and he still gets the counter no matter what by the end of the turn. There we go, okay. Murders my wizard. He's got a Ruby Daring Tracker in there? Interesting. We haven't seen any green. They included it maybe just because they could do the Cascade and cast it without needing green, or is green in this deck somewhere? Yeah, have another island. And now, do we bother with that? I think we just kill everybody. Of them getting cards from discard. No, we declined that because it would just go on the battlefield and be destroyed by the Temporal Firestorm. Let's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's hold that. We can afford to hold that. They're running low on ammo. We've actually got more going for us than they do. We got a little legendary enchantment that's going to help us on our board state. A Braid does not help them at all. They were counting on me putting out a lot of creatures by now, I guess. Okay. They really need to let me have my turn when it's my turn. I'm starting to get a little impatient. Okay, that I have to decline because it only does 3 damage. I need to already have drawn my second card for it to do 5, so not enough to kill the Berserker. Next is Lila. Oh, come on through. What do I care? I could double block with the idea of trading for all, but they could easily have a removal spell, and then I'd lose them both. Homie, don't play that. I guess you just have to have extra patience when playing the Cascade. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. No tax. We've got the threshold, so we can get an 8/8 octopus. Is this a removal spell they have left? Even if they have a removal spell, we can still double block and get rid of the other one? No? Okay. That's kind of an ugly card. A Massacre Worm? I did not expect that. That loses Kira. That hurts. That hurts. I don't think there's much left for me to do now. And it drew me another legendary. Great. Thanks a lot. I guess we keep that. This is indestructible. So I need something to block that. And Restless Spire won't help because I need the blue just to transform the spire itself. It'll tap itself. So I can chump block here, we could take out there, and I could block there. The problem is if this happens to be another removal spell. Really? Okay, now that they took so long, my machine is freezing. Okay, we chump block there. We lose 2 life. Oh, this is agony waiting for them. The problem is I don't have a way to get rid of the Massacre Worm. I'm going to keep losing 2 life. I think we're dead. Oh, they can pay for the kicker? Yeah, we're dead. I can't kill them. If I try, I lose the 2 life. I don't have any way to gain the life gain. And galvanize again. Okay, we'll just bite the bullet. constant value out of Massacre Worm if you can get that down. Ugh, they're holding us up. They've got the 1 mana that they can use to tap this. And that's been... What? Hang on. When a creature an opponent controls dies. Oh, okay. Here. And it's a land. Okay, now I'm dead. Because I can't block both of those without losing something. I actually ended up drawing a little bit too much land. All they need now is just to attack with both creatures. But you know what? They're taking so incredibly long. It's borderline rude. I'm running out of time. What is our achievement we just got? Impulsive. Color Mastery. Red. Impulsive. Cast 100 cards from exile over any number of games. And I can be the Fervent now. And to the Dome, deal 350 non-combat damage to players over any number of games. Alright, so we got 2 achievements. Woohoo! Alright, we're going to leave it there, just because it seemed to take forever, and my machine started to be skipping. This deck actually performs better than it has. I'm not sure this is emblematic, pardon the pun, of how well this deck does in this particular format. But if you haven't seen the older video with second card, go ahead and pull that up. Just in the regular standard format, it's a pretty good card, so it's a video worth watching. But yeah, just this is going to be a normal thing that I try and catch, get you a little extra bonus video each week whenever it looks like there's a good, interesting Midweek Magic event. They try and vary up the formats quite a bit from time to time, so it's always fun for me to go in and try these just because we have a certain number of formats in the game right now. And you know, sometimes that can get a little stale. So if they give you just a little bit alternative format to try on Midweek Magic, I usually find myself entertained by it. So check that out if you want. We always ask you to like and subscribe or leave a comment. It helps out the channel. And we'll have something different for you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.